Hello.
Hello.
Okay.
How are you?
Oh, good. So how many leaky roofs?
A few.
A few. God. Wow. Very, very hard rain.
Yeah.
Hello, boys.
Hello.
Oh, hi, Kenny.
What's going on?
When's the rain gonna stop?
I don't know. That's a good question. Is it going to stop tomorrow?
Well, according to the weather on my iPhone, it says yes. It says it's going to stop at 11 p.m. tonight, and that's it.
You believe in
Okay.
everything that's written?
Of course not. Of course not.
You
I
should head
ate.
up to Mammoth for some skiing then.
Oh, I'm
I
sure. Very good.
Oh, he is going to end up at 9.
What?
Harold,
the rain?
he is going to wrap up at 9.
Okay.
Well, we'll see who's right.
Right.
Android or Apple.
It's Apple 9. The other one, it says until 11. I have one for my street and the other one for Los Angeles.
Oh, you're specific. I see.
Yeah, it ends up at 11. So you see the weather on that side of town where you live is worse than here. Even though Sandy always used to say it was nicer.
There, yeah, the air is better.
Different the weather there.
Yeah.
It's a good week to be a roofer.
Oh, yeah.
Not really. When it rains, they cannot do too much.
Right.
Yeah, but now everybody knows where there's leaking. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So
Where's the rabbi?
call him up, Harold.
Okay. I'm sure 1 minute. He'll be there in 1 minute.
I'm already on. No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, I'm already on. Let me find him here.
Walter,
Hello.
how are you?
Good. How are you?
Wet.
Wait, yeah. Got a lot of leaks there, Mario, in the buildings.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
Every building has leaks wherever you go. There's always buckets. There's buckets in my office building. There's buckets at the gym. Everybody's got
Right.
buckets.
The whole place. My basement is like
Indoor
ever.
pool.
You have a sump
Uh-huh.
pump down there?
I have a sump pump. The sump pump's working, but the stuff still seeps in from all the years. It's like
Yeah,
water seeps in. It doesn't. You can do whatever you want to do. It comes in.
yeah, there is something, but it's very difficult. You have to dig a trench all around the basement wall.
Yeah, it's a big pain in the butt.
And the
Anyway,
trench has to
okay.
be deeper than the foundation.
Yeah.
So it's
That's how
not
the floor. When when there's an earthquake, the whole house shakes because the foundation is loose. But it's, all
Yeah,
right.
I texted him, no response.
Maybe he forgot.
No, he wouldn't forget.
Oh, he has some unclogging to do.
Right. He has leaking too.
All right. Hi, Ernie.
Good evening, everybody.
Hello.
'92.
92. Shmuel Aitzile Arisa Tamre. Shmuel, his sharecropper brought him some dates to eat. He ate it. Time behu time of the chamer. He tasted some wine in the flavor of the dates. Amrla, he said to the sharecropper, "My high, why does it taste like this?" Amrle, Beni Gufni Kami, the date tree is in between some grapevines. So Amr Shmuel Makashi B'Chamri Kulahai. That he was surprised at how much the wine taste was affecting the dates. Lamachar, he told him cut the dates for Isili, Isili Makarayu. Bring me the roots in order to eat it because it tasted so good. Even though it was a food or fruit bearing tree, he was able to cut it down, like we said. Depending on if it's more valuable, you can do it. Rav Chisda also saw date trees among his vines. Amna Larisa Akrinu. There he told him the opposite. Remove the palm trees. Ken Gufni Konib Dakli. The Gefanim are taking over the deck, the grapes. And the grapes have a more value. And the Dikli Lokani Gufni. So, like we learned yesterday, you're allowed to cut a fruit tree down. Number one, if it's damaging other trees, or if it's more profitable. Mishnah. Afal pishu noisin low. When you do someone damage, even though you pay him all the damage payments, einim chalot shivakish mechila. You have to ask mechila. Shneamar v'ata shevesh ish kinovihu. Hashem told Avimelech, return the Eshes Ish. V'yispalel ba'adcha. U'minayin she'im lo mochel lo shehu achzori. If he doesn't forgive, when he's asked for forgiveness, the guy doesn't forgive him. Shenemar, v'yispalel Avram el Elohim, v'yirpalel mis Avimelech. Avram was damaged, but he davened for Avimelech anyways. Ha'omer samis eini. Or katis here, the person says to a person, cut off my arm, or blind me, or Shibas regularly break my leg. Chayiv, even though he gave you permission to do it, you have to pay him. Even if he said, I'm an asliftor, and even if he says, and you don't have to pay me, chayiv. Now, if he said kras ksusi, it's not a physical damage, but he said, tear my garment, shibers kadi, break my jug, you'd be chayiv. But if he says, I'm a nas liftor potter. Now, if you say, Aseli ish ploni, I'm nas liftor, I want you to injure Chaim Yankel, chayiv, bein begufo, bein b'mino, whether you damaged his property or damaged his body. Torah bar. Kol elu shomu d'mei boshto. That which we said there was a limit of 400 zuz, that's embarrassing. Aval tsaro, pain, afilu hevi kol elu nevoisha ba'olam enim cholad shivakish mimenu. You can pay him off no matter what. There's no mechila unless he asks mechila. Shenamar hashev eishes ha'ish kinav v'hu v'yispala ba'adcha. So what? Eishes navi boya duri, eishes achelo boya duri? Only because Avram was a navi that he had to return the wife. If it was another person, he doesn't. Amr Shmuel bar Nachmani, Amr Rav Yonason, hashev eishes ha'ish mikol makom. Any eishes ish. Udika amrit. Avimelech said, Agoy gam tzadik ta'arog. Will you kill a tzaddik? Hello, who amar li achis achoisihi? Avram said, Sarah is her sister, is his sister, and she agreed. So the shot was, he's a Navi who kvar limeid. He understood from the language that he was met when he came to the city as a Navi, he was a guest. Usually the townspeople will say, okay, you need a place to eat, you need a place to sleep. Or they ask, who is this woman? Is she your wife? So Avram was saying that it's your fault. I was suspicious of you that you were going to steal my wife. A goy is put to death if he is over the Shabbat Mitzvahs Bnei Noach, even if he doesn't know that it's Osir. He was supposed to learn and didn't learn. Then it says, Ki Yatzor Hashem. Hashem shut the uterus down from the house of Avimelech. On Rabbi Lazar. Shtei Atzir Salalu Lama. Achas Pi'ish. Shechva Zera. The man didn't emit any kind of seminal emission. Shtayim Bi'isha Shechva Zera Veleda. She also, Rashi says, the zera that the ish puts inside the woman that eventually comes out. But in this case, it didn't come out. Some say she has fluids that are emitted during relations that also closed down. The men were not going to urinate or to have emission. Women didn't have the fluid coming out. They didn't have urine or childbirth. Ravina Omar Sholosh Be'ish, 3 in a man. The men didn't go to the bathroom, urinate or defecate. And Shechva Zera Arba Be'isha. Shechva Zera Leida Ktanim Upita Bas. Ba'ad Kol Rechem, every uterus, Amid Verev Yanafil Tanagoylish, Beis Avimelech, Loyitila Beitzosa. Even the chickens didn't lay eggs. Armale Rava Bar Mary. Minoam Yil Sadam Rabbanon. Where did Chazal get? Kol Avakish Rachim Al Chavero. V'hu Tzarech Lo Yisadover, Hu Nanetchil. person needs a refuah. If he davens for somebody else, he gets answered first. Amar Lev Hashem, Shavish Shvus Iyuv Bispalo Bad Re'eu. That Hashem answered Iyuv because Iyuv davened for his friend. Amar Le At Amrit Me'asam, V'ano Amina Me'acha. You learned from there. I learned from somewhere else. Vayispalel Avram El Elohim, Vayirpalim Es Avimelech, V'Sishto V'Mosa. Uksiv Hashem Pakad Es Sarah, Kasher Amar. Immediately, it says that Hashem remembered Sarah and they gave birth. Kasher Amar Avram El Avimelech, because he davened for Avimelech, he was answered first. Amle Rav Rabba Bar Mary. Namil Sidamri Inshi Badi Hutza Lucky Karva. That there's a saying that not only is the thorn damaged, but so is the cabbage. Sometimes when you pluck a cabbage, or when you pluck the thorn, the cabbage comes with it. Amarle Dichsiv, Lama Terivu Elai Kulchem, Poshatem Binu Hashem. This is Yirmiyah giving Toichacha to the people. And the Kulchem includes even the Tzadikim, that were not sinners. Amarle Ad Amit Me'asav Anamir Me'hacha. That Moshe Rabbeinu, after some of the Jewish people took the man on Shabbos, Ad Anameyantem Lishmor Mitzvah Sevis Rasai, where this is Hashem saying, and Moshe was included, even though Moshe didn't do it. Amalei Rav Rabba Bar Meri Ksiv, Umiktzeh Chav Lakach Chamisha Nashim. Yosef took 5 brothers to introduce them to Paro. Which ones? Maninu Chamisha. Amalei Hachim Rav Yechon Oisan Shehuchpulu B'Shemots. Moshe Rabbeinu in Zos HaBracha, wherever he doubled up the names, which were Dan, Zvulun, Gad, Asher, Naphtali, because they needed chizuk. That's why Moshe doubled them. And these are the ones that Yosef brought to Paro, because he didn't want to bring the strong ones, because he would use them for his army. Rashi says also that all the Shvatim's corpses were brought from Mitzrayim and buried to Eretz Yisrael. And not just Yosef. So the Gemara says, Yehuda Nami Ichpele Michpel. Yehuda was doubled. He was certainly a Gibor. Armele Lemilsa Huda Ichpil. For another reason. Shram Rav Shmuel Bar Nachmani Am Rav Yonis Ma'idich Siv Yechi Ruvein Val Yamos V'hi Misav Mispar V'zos Liuda Shekol Oisin Arboim Shona Shah Yisrael B'Midbar Yu Eitz Moisav Shel Yehuda Megugel and Ba'aron. The tribe of Yehuda, they were also taking the bones of Yehuda back to Eretz Canaan. But the bones were moving around all the time. Ad Sheba Moshe, Ubikesh Rachmim. Moshe Rabbeinu David. Who caused Yehuda to say Tzad Kamimeni when he admitted that the items that Tamar said belonged to him? It was Reuven who.
No.
Yeah, what caused Yehuda to confess? Excuse me, Mikarm LeRuven Shiyada.
Yes, the other way around.
What caused Reuven to confess? It was Yehuda.
Uda, right.
When Reuven saw that Yehuda said Tzad Kamimeni, he also recognized that he should confess. So therefore, Moshe Rabbeinu davened for Yehuda, Shema Hashem Kol Yehuda. So Al Ivri L'Shafa. So his bones came together. But Bava Kama Daf the Rekia. He wasn't invited to the yeshiva Shemaila. There's a yeshiva in Shemayim, but he was not invited. So Moshe Rabbeinu continued, Ve'el amot teviyenu, bring him to his nation, to the other Chachamim. That worked. But Lavi Yoda might come in Rabbana. He went to the yeshiva. He didn't know what they were saying. And to discuss what the Chachamim were discussing. So Moshe Rabbeinu added Yadav Rav Lo, that he should have the power to learn well. But he usually did not end up saying the halacha according to the way the halacha was paskin. So he davened Ezer Mitzarav Tiyeh, that he should win, and the halacha should be paskin like him. Armalei Rabba Rabba Mary. Minoamil Sidamri Inshi, Basra Aniya Azlan Yusa. Poverty runs after poverty. It's not. And they usually say the other thing. Geld gates to geld. It means money goes to people of money. Ashir Mevim Bikurim Bekaltois, Shal Zov Shal Kesef. When they brought the Bikurim, the first fruits on Shavuos, wealthy people would bring them in golden and silver baskets. The Kohanim wouldn't keep the gold and silver baskets. They would take the fruit, give back the baskets. Aniyim b'salei nitzrim shel arava klufa. Poor people would bring it in baskets woven by plants. And Hasan b'bikurim nosim l'kohanim. And the Kohanim would keep those baskets. So you see, the Aniyim got cuffed. They became more poor, and the wealthy became wealthy. You claim that we learn it from there. I learn it from a different source. It's not enough that a person who has saras, but they have to announce it as well. Wake up early in the summer because of this heat. Amri inshi. Sheyitain rahuti rahut v'lomati legaver the mitzifra krach. That means the person who eats a good breakfast, he's very fast. 60 people could chase after him, they wouldn't catch him. Where do we see it? Tichsiv, lo yiravu v'lo yitzmo v'lo yakem sherav hashemesh. Yeshaya Navi says somebody who eats and drinks in the morning, nobody's going to be able to catch him. V'avadatem es Hashem Elokeichem, zu kriya shema u'tfilah. Uveirachas lachmacha v'esmeimecha, zu pas b'melech v'kipot shalmayim. Somebody who has bread and water in the morning, kan ve'eleh v'asirosi machala me'kirbecha. If you eat a good breakfast, you're not going to get sick. V'tanya machla zumara. Machla means gallbladder disease. Lama nekroshma machla. Sheshmonim v'shlosha chalom yesh bo. There are 83 diseases that a person can get when his gallbladder is not well. And machla b'gematria hachiyavi. Machla is 83. V'kulan patz b'melech shachos v'kin shomayim avatlin. If you have a good breakfast in the morning, even bread dipped in salt and water, that's enough to keep your gallbladder healthy. Armalei Rav Rav Mary. Menah milsi dam rabbanon. Chavret karyecha chamra. Uchpel gavet mush. Somebody calls you a donkey, you should put a saddle on you. Armalei dichsi vayomer Hagar shivcha sorai. Amy zebos v'ana selechi. The malach asked Hagar, who are you? The Tomer Meisara Gviti Anochi Barachas. the Malach called her an Evet, a Shifcha. So she admitted to it. She called Sarai her Gvirti. Amalei Rav Rav Bar Mary. Now Milsa Damri Inshi, Milsa Gnad the Ispech Kadim Amara. If you have something, if you have a flaw, you should announce it yourself. Don't let other people describe your flaw. Amalei Dichsi Vayomer, Elazar introduced himself as Eved Avram Anoichi. He admitted that he's an Evet. Amalei Rav Rav Bar Mary. Now Milsa Damri Inshi, Spiel Vazel Bar Avza Ve'ene Mitaifi. The goose walks with his head down, but he can see far distances to find food. Amalei Dichsiv, it says by the wife of Novel, by Abigail, Veitiv Hashem Ladoni. David HaMelech asked who she was, and she said that my husband is wealthy. But remember me. And even though she's asking a favor for her husband, sort of she slipped in that remember me as well. That if David was Matzliach, she should remember that Abigail was part of it. Amalei Rav Rav Bar Mary. Menam Milsa Damri Inshi. Shitin Tachli Matila Kacha. Dekel Chavrei Shama V'lo Ach. There are 60 pains that comes to a person's teeth. He hears his friend eating, but he doesn't eat. And it makes him feel bad. Amarle, Dichsiv, when Nasan Navi is telling David about the Suda of Adoniyahu, it says, Vayizbach Shor Mari, Vitzon Larov, Vayikra L'chol Bnei HaMelech. Ani Avdecha, L'tzadik HaKoin, Ulevanyahu ben Yoed, L'shlom Avdecha, L'ikara. We were not invited. So it bothered him. Amr lay, Adam et Mehasav, Adam in Mehach. Vayiviyah Yitzchak, Ohel Sarah Imo. Yitzchak brought Ravka into the tent. Vayikach et Rivka, Vatilo L'isha Vayavea. Vayinachem Yitzchak achrei Imo. Ksiv Basrei, Vayosef Avraham. Vayikach Isha Shma Ktura. Immediately after Avraham saw that Yitzchak got married, he also wanted to get married. Amalei Rav Rav Mary. Menam Milsa Damri Inshi. Charmel Amari Tivusa L'Sakya. A person who drinks wine should praise the person who gave him to drink. Dichsiv, when Moshe gave a bracha to Yoshua, the Samachtas Yadcha Alav, L'man Yishmun V'Yirun Kol Adas Bnei Yisrael, Ksiv Yoshua Benun Malech Ruach Chachma, Ki Samach Moshe Yadav Alav V'Shmu Elav Kol Bnei Yisrael. The Ruach that went onto Yoshua, that's from Hashem, it's not from Moshe. He's just a Shaliach. But it's considered a toiva that Moshe did to Yoshua that he did it. So it's miyaches after him. Armalei Rav Rav Bar Mary. Menoam Milsa Damri Inshi. Kalba V'Kafne Galim Ibala. A dog that's hungry will eat even its stool. Dichsiv Nefesh Shiva Tavus. Noifes V'Nefesh Rava Kolmar Matok. Okay. I'm going to stop here, and we're going to start learning the Tzuvim Rabban.
Shkoyach, Ernie.
Okay.
Shkoyach.